starting lineups. First for the visiting Falcons. We have number 24, Ludlowe. Number 15, Norwalk. Number 13, Anna Pullman. Number 11, Ludlowe. Number 10, Julian Boucher. Also coached by Sarah Mason. Starting lineup for your Lady Bears. This is number 23, Olivia Ashley. Number 22, Belinda Huff. Number 21, Jafar Harvey Beach. Number 11, Asia Morgan. And number 10, Carson Longhorn. There's a coach by Evan Kelly.
We'll come out after.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time Smith rise forward and that's the face to flag. We're playing tonight's national anthem.
Opening night of the high school girls basketball season, and we have got it for you live on the NFHS network. With Scott Torello, I'm Aiden Blank. What a pleasure it is to be back for another year of Fairfield Ludlowe Falcon basketball. Tonight it's Fairfield Ludlowe and number 1 Norwalk. And Scott, you really don't get much bigger than this, especially to open up the season.
Yeah, what a way to kick off the season, Aiden. Class L champs, undefeated season in their home gym. Great crowd on hand. This is going to be a true test for Ludlowe.
For Fairfield Ludlowe, it's been a roller coaster of an off season. 14-6 last year. We are ready to get things going. In the air, it was Bocci to lose the tip. And an early basket from Elijah Morgan. Early lead for Norwalk. And they come out in a press.
Yeah, Norwalk's going to go full man-to-man. That's their calling card. Nice reverse layup by Laura Heron. First basket of the season. Beautiful move. They're going to need her this year. Can't have silly fouls.
Fairfield Ludlowe ties it. Early foul.
Yeah, Laura is very important to the team. She has great length, great speed and athleticism. She's going to have to stay out of foul trouble.
It'll go against Laura Heron, her first foul, as Belinda Hunt brings it up across the timeline. The Falcons coming out in their road blue. Norwalk is in their home white. Anna Pullman with the first rebound of the night for Fairfield Ludlowe. Torello into the corner and Ida Bocci. She played a little bit last season. She's starting this season, the only senior on this team, and it's Juliet Buscher from top. First time we get to talk about her. She's a captain, as are Torello and Pullman. Here's Heron from top. Laura getting the start. I believe it is her first varsity start. A steal, their first of the night, and a long ball. That results in an N1.
Get 2 quick fouls on Laura. It is her first start, Aiden. She's anxious, right? That's where you got to let her go, right? The girl had the advantage on her. You cannot afford to pick up your second foul right there. A minute and 30 seconds into the game.
Heron getting her first varsity start. And off to the line is Jakara Murray. She's a senior. She played really well last year as a junior.
Yeah, she's a very talented player. Definitely the go-to player on this team. She was injured the first game. You'll see the difference she's going to make tonight.
She'll hit and extend the Norwalk lead to the largest it's been tonight, 5-2. Here's Bocci.
They're going to have to work on their spacing, Aiden. They're letting Norwalk push them way up front.
Laura Heron in the corner. Here's Buscher, also stuck in that corner. Pullman on the low block. She'll be acting as sort of a center right now. She throws it up.
Yep, good move.
Was there a foul?
There was a foul. That's Anna's game, right? She's going to try to use her strength. She's going to try to always go to the hole aggressively.
We'll get who it's on in just a moment. It's going to be on Morgan. So Anaja with 2 points and Pullman with her first.
We're going to see our first freshman in the game, Aiden. Madison Roman, this freshman class, very talented, has great size. It'll be great to see how they perform out here.
Roman's going to wear 41 tonight.
45.
Sorry, 45. And this game is now 5-4. Across the timeline goes Anaja Morgan. She's got a foul. She's backed into the corner. She backs it back out. Here's the give for Jakara Murray. Lets it fly from downtown and hits.
Beautiful shot. You know, she's going to make tough threes like that, Aiden. You got to tip your cap to her. She's a heck of a player.
Another turnover. A spin move inside and a miss. The putback is good. Making 10-4, and Fairfield Ludlowe falling behind early. Wrestled for on the low block, and it's taken away. We are playing fast-paced basketball as Sophie Lemley gets ready to check in. A little too strong from the senior Jakara Murray, but they reset. And here's Belinda Hunt from top. She is another one of their key players.
Yes, great ball handler, has really great wheels, loves to attack the rim. Ludlowe just needs to calm down, right? Just survive this early onslaught.
The foul could go against Pullman, could go against Roman.
It went against Pullman.
So Anna Pullman, the junior captain, will get her first foul of the night. That's 3 for Ludlowe already. It's Pullman for 1, and then Heron with 2 more. And checking in is Sophie Lemley.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Ludlowe go much deeper this year. Last year they pretty much played 6-7 girls every game. We're already seeing 2 early subs, and you see a little deeper team this year.
She checks in for Buscher. Here's Heron, spots up. That's way off the mark, a little too short. Pullman and 1.
Great job by Anna tracking the ball down, finishing strong. I like Laura's aggressiveness, though, Aiden. If they can get easy shots early in the possession, they got to take them. Because Norwalk's going to lock them down man to man. It's going to be harder to get those kind of shots as the possession goes on.
Here's Pullman, and a little too flat, rolls off the front iron, and the rebound to Norwalk. Across the timeline, feed far side, 3 from Carson Langhorn.
Okay, you see, Norwalk was missing 2 of their best girls on Wednesday night when they played Newtown. They only scored 25 points the entire game.
Here's Emma Torello. She's a captain. She's blocked.
They already have 15 with halfway through the first period. Much different pace right now.
Morgan blocked underneath. Home run pass Heron. Feeds Lemley for three. She's got it.
Beautiful shot. They're going to need Sophie scoring points. That's big.
She checks in for Juliette Buescher. That was a Juliette Buescher kind of shot. Other end, they missed the one-handed layup. And Lemley pulls the rebound. That was a really good sequence from the junior.
Yep, absolutely. She's wide open. Sophie is an excellent shooter. She shot it with confidence. I love seeing that.
We haven't even gotten a chance to set the scene as we get underway here at Norwalk High School. The bounce pass for Roman, her first touch. Heron throws up a three. That falls, and it's back to one possession.
Great
Ludlowe
shot. Back and forth they go, Aiden. 15-12. Excellent basketball right now.
15-12. We're inside 4 to play first quarter. This thing is flying along as Kaylee Somers gets ready to check in. She'll be the second freshman. Long three goes. The tray working for both sides early tonight.
Yep, listen, you never want to rely on threes. Very difficult to keep that pace up. But right now they're falling in.
A stoppage underneath, and here comes Kaylee Somers. She's a freshman, and we talked to Sarah Kinsey before the game. She said, with the freshmen, the biggest thing is size.
Yes, they have great size.
You can see Somers. You already saw Madison Roman. You'll see Caitlin Finnegan. They're big.
Yes.
They're trying to recreate Paige O'Connell, who graduated last year and was their only size down low.
Exactly.
Now they're starting to develop more.
Paige had good size and athleticism, which is similar to what Callie brings to the table. But you're right, the freshmen are big. Now we're going to see how they handle the pressure.
Heron just can't get it, rolls out.
Yep, good shot though right there. She doesn't want to foul like that.
And a hack. Is that Laura Heron's third? It's either Heron's third or Pullman's second.
No,
either way, it's dangerous as Buescher checks back in, and she's going to go for Torello. So a very, very interesting sequence here. Laura Heron with 3 early fouls. We're not even done with the first. Anna Pullman has 1.
She cannot reach in that far from the basket, Aiden. She needs to know she has 2. She needs to know it's early in the game.
Buescher's settling in. That's Norwalk's second consecutive miss. Flip to the far, or at least from underneath. Flip to the far side. We're going back the other way.
Yeah, you see Norwalk went with some,
Finnegan.
Yep, Norwalk went with some size. Nice job rolling in Caitlin here to match that size. Serenity may not have the height Caitlin has, but she's very polished underneath.
Yeah, that should be a very interesting matchup. Serenity Mayhew for the Bears up against Kaylee Somers. I beg your pardon, Caitlin Finnegan for the Falcons. The bounce pass. Here's Pullman with a runner that can't go. It gets trapped in between the backboard and the iron. Rebound, here is Murray. Oh, she's fast. Good shot from Martinez, her first of the night. No good. Here is a little short from Murray. Finnegan, her first varsity rebound in her first varsity game.
You always want to get your feet wet, you know, Aiden?
Buescher's a good shooter.
Get that first rebound, get that first basket.
It's been a very fast-paced game
so
far.
Excellent
Torello's
pace.
getting ready to check back in. Very fast-paced substitution as well. There's a long 3 off the front iron and out.
Nice rebound and outlet. That's something they haven't had in years past, Aiden.
Ludlowe has numbers. Buescher forced it. Pullman rebound. Lemley 3. Money.
Beautiful shot by Sophie. Again, she has a beautiful shot, Aiden. Wide open. You see that form she has.
That's
incredible.
2 for Sophie Lemley. 6 on the night for the junior. Didn't get much playing time last year, but is sure to get some this year. As Torello
listen, she's only a junior,
going
right?
in for, we'll talk about maybe Somers.
She's only a junior. That's why you always keep working, Aiden. You never give up.
Foul underneath. It's shooting. And it should be on Somers. It is. So Somers picks up her first foul, and off to the line for Fairfield Ludlowe, for Norwalk, I should say, goes Jakara Murray. We get a chance to talk about a senior that won a state championship last year. She's been sort of the heart and soul of this team as that one runs off the front iron, or at least rolls. It's been a very interesting start.
Yeah, nothing like having experience, Aiden, and that's what Jakara brings to the table. Like you said, state champs, integral part of that team. Really, just a very talented player.
Kinsley's super proud of Lemley's efforts so far. The free throw drops that breaks Norwalk's dry spell. It's a 4-point game as we move along here in the first quarter. Buscher brings it across top. They want to double her. Smart move there from the Bear defense. And they almost ran her out of bounds, but it's staying with Fairfield Ludlowe with 1:18 to play in the first.
Yep, lucky to keep possession there. They forced her into a spot she doesn't want to go to, Aiden, right? You never want to dribble to that corner. That's the death zone.
Torello checks back in. Quick pass from Buscher. The shot from Paulman rims out, and it's staying with the Falcons. Norwalk, a team that you probably know, won a state championship last year. They're the top team in the state, according to the Game Time CT preseason rankings. We'll stay with you through the timeout. Aiden Blank and Scott Torello on the call from Norwalk, and the Bears with a 4-point lead early on. Norwalk with a very tough loss to a very good Newtown team. We talked about it. They're looking to rebound to get their first win of the season tonight after an undefeated season last year.
Right. I actually think the best thing you can do is get that first loss out of the way, Aiden. Very difficult to come off of an undefeated season. So much pressure, so much expectations.
Their first loss in 2 seasons.
Yeah, a few of the girls were hurt. You know what? Take the loss. Newtown's an excellent team anyway. And now get ready for the FCX, which are going to be brutal top to bottom.
You love the acoustics of this gym, so do I.
It's incredible.
Incredible stuff.
The atmosphere is incredible in here.
Inside
Great crowd.
this gymnasium.
It's only going to get louder as this goes on.
Oh, it certainly is. Between the girls who are actually off to our right, Buscher gets her first look of the season. And a little too strong. Beg your pardon, that was her second. Right to Murray, who blew by everybody on the Falcons for 2.
Yeah, it's important if you take the shot, Aiden, it's important that you run back against this team because they're going to release. It's very important you do that.
Ida Bocci, who we haven't seen since the very beginning of this quarter, is getting back in the game pretty soon. Into the corner, down low. Finnegan with problems. 41.3 to go, a jump ball. Well, that was bound to happen. The freshman, Caitlin Finnegan, gets her first touch. It didn't go great, but she's able to salvage a jump ball out of it. Buscher's going to check out. Bocci's going to check back in.
Yeah. This Caitlin, you know, she's not used to playing against this kind of strength, right? So she's used to always being the bigger, tougher girl. Now she's playing against varsity girls. It's a very big difference. She's going to need to adjust to the pace and the strength of the game.
Bocci got her first look of the season, 31.6. Ludlowe stays with it. Hey, they're only trailing by 6. So far, so good for the Falcons. One of the keys, or one of the best parts to hanging out and getting our broadcast location moved down here near the court is we get the chance to really hear what Coach Sarah Kinsley's saying. Norwalk ran back the other way, and the shot a little too short. We get the chance to hear what Coach Kinsley's saying as that rolls out with 20.1 to go. And she was talking to Buscher. Buscher was frustrating. A very frustrating start for a junior who's used to hitting those kind of 3 balls like she got a look for just a few minutes ago.
She took a great shot. She was
Kinsley
open.
Said,
She's got to shoot that.
Just go to the next play. Worst thing you can do right now is harp on your mistakes. Really good drive. Really athletic move, but Somers can't get it. They get it back, though. Ludlow's done a real good job offensively rebounding the ball. It's underneath, and that will do it.
Good first period, Aiden. The game was in jeopardy of getting away from them early. Down
End
quick.
Of the first.
Yes, down 10-2 early. Norwalk was feeling momentum. They're feeling the adrenaline from the crowd. Ludlowe has held in there. They are fine now.
It
exactly
has
where they need
certainly
to be.
been an interesting start, considering that's kind of how it went last year. Fairfield Ludlowe fell 58-35, and it was a rough start for Fairfield Ludlowe last year. But in the end, in the grand spectrum of things, it was not that big of a deal.
You're right. It's early in the season, right? So you never get too high or too low early in the season. This is all about continuing to improve every single day, right? You're playing the top team in the FCX, one of the top teams in the state. This is a great barometer for where you stand. The FCX every night's going to be tough, so this game will do nothing but help them as the season goes on.
It is certainly not getting easier. They'll play at Greenwich Monday at noon, and then they'll move into the holiday tournaments. We will have their games for you. They'll start with, excuse me, they will start with Staples on next Friday, and then they'll either win or lose to move into the championship or consolation game of that Todd Berger tournament next Saturday.
Yeah, it's funny. You get 4 non-conference games, and all of them are brutally tough. So whoever made up the schedule, let's blame the AD. He didn't do him any favors this year.
Here's the good look for Bochy. She has not had a hot hand either. We talked about Buescher struggling. Well, Bochy's gotten twice that amount of shots and struggled just as much. Here's Torello guarding Murray. That's a very tough assignment inside, and the entry pass will go cleanly, but a miss. And Torello walked on the other end.
Yeah, she needed one more dribble, needed to go around her. Nice defensive play.
It looked like she got tripped up a little bit. They called that a foul.
They called it an offensive charge.
Ludlowe, so that's Emma Torello's first. A couple of Falcons with fouls, none in foul trouble. Somers, Torello, Pullman, all out of foul trouble. They each have 1, and then Heron has 3. She's probably going to sit for a little bit more, which is really tough because Heron is such a big factor in this game. The entry pass to Knerly missed everything. And
that should have been a foul.
Out.
That's how you roll an ankle too, Aiden. Landed right on Callie's leg. Lucky she's not seriously injured there.
Home run pass and an inbound. This is Belinda Hunt. And again, the entry pass, no. And that comes with having height down low. You got Pullman, and then you've also got Finnegan, making sure none of the entry passes come. Finnegan kept it alive for Pullman. Ludlowe on a big, big scoreless run that they need to end right now. We're going to see Buescher, and we're going to see Madison Roman in just a little bit check in. Long 3. No, so the upside to Ludlowe not hitting any shots is they're not giving up any shots either. No one has scored.
Yeah, you see the game has kind of settled in now. Both teams have settled down a little.
Foul in the paint. That'll be Norwalk's 4th. Ludlowe has 5. So Ludlowe's got to be a little tricky. And they can't really give up much more, or they're going to start giving away free points.
Yeah, it'd be very important to get the first basket here. Break this seal.
Bochy and Finnegan coming out real good minutes to start her career.
Yeah, you see how many rebounds she grabbed, Aiden, right? And with ease. I mean, that's big.
Here's Roman. She'll go to the line trying to get her first varsity points.
Yeah, very strong girl. Aggressively attacks the rim. She's going to be a super player.
The foul is on number 33, Serenity Mayhew. And her first varsity points. So this will be an archive that certainly gets saved for a while in the Roman household, as she cuts the lead to 5. And she can't convert on the second. It's out strong and charging up the wing into the corner. It's Hunt. We may need to stop with those 3 balls because they're struggling a lot. We're going back the other way, and this Ludlowe team has really turned the momentum on the Bears.
Yeah, that's their style though, Aiden. They're not going to stop shooting.
Beautiful drive from Somers. She can't get it. Ludlowe's getting really good looks.
Yeah,
They're
you're
just
right.
not able to convert with 5:56 here in the second.
She's getting to the rim. I actually think she's surprised she's getting to the rim because she's getting there and missing the easy shot. She's doing the hard work,
She doesn't
Aiden.
know what to do.
Yeah, she'll get there. She's just, listen, first game, getting her feet on the ground. she's going to do nothing but improve as well.
Lemley checks in. The pass missed everyone. Torello with a little collision. Lemley thought about a 3, and her pass to Pullman is broken up. Ida Bocci's coming back in. Very fast substitutions with this Sarah Kinsley offense that she completely revamped. 21-16 in the paint, and she's blocked. Jakara Murray doing everything. She charges down the paint and pulls up on Buescher. She can't get it. Pullman is absolutely whacked.
Yeah, did you hear that slap? You could hear it way over here.
Caitlin Finnegan's coming back in. Anna Pullman saying she's fine, but she's going to come out anyway. Yeah, with a sound like that, I don't really think you could justify keeping them in. Beautiful pass for Roman. Lemley. Buescher for 3. No. Too flat. Here's Hunt. She's got it on the run, and Norwalk finally breaks their dry spell, 23-16. Ludlowe technically has broken their dry spell, but only with a free throw. Finnegan can't get it, and you feel like some outside forces just pulling it out there.
Yeah, listen, that was a great look, great shot. Those are going to go for her. She's fine.
They're playing really good defense right now. Norwalk could easily blow this game open, but Ludlow's defense won't let them. We're inside 5 to play first half, and it's Buescher trying to hang around with it a little bit. And now Bocci. Her pass for Roman. Ill-advised. Roman gets it back. Roman is going to get an offensive foul.
Smart play by the defender, but she's so far under the basket, Aiden. That cannot be a charge.
Torello is coming in for Madison Roman. That's Ludlow's 7th. So any defensive foul they now commit is going to give Norwalk free throws. And with 4:34 to go, they had some trouble with fouls last year.
They did. But listen, they have a lot more players this year, though, right? So they shouldn't be frightened by some fouls. Keep playing hard. You got plenty of girls on the team who can contribute.
Shot rolls out. Torello first look from 3. She's got it. That
Great
was
shot.
big.
They needed something to go, Aiden, right?
They most certainly did. They got it to go.
Been a
We're
tough
down to 4:05 to go first half.
Been a tough 4 minutes, but they're still only down 4, Aiden. After all that, that's a carry.
Doesn't matter, turnover anyway. Bocci herself over the defender for 2.
Very nice pull-up. Very impressed. The same thing, the girl was camping out, ready to take the charge. Beautiful pull-up by Bocci.
Here's Hunt. Thought about a pull-up. Torello got her trapped on defense, and it's Murray. We're going to see a timeout. And Evan Kelly absolutely furious with his team. We get a chance to talk about Norwalk's coaching situation right now, and the man on the sidelines, Evan Kelly. He's got a little bit of Norwalk history in his family. His mother won the 1981 girls basketball championship for the Bears. He graduated Norwalk High School after playing hoops in 2010, and he spent multiple years on the coaching staff for this Bears. So it's a really weird situation what the Bears went through.
It sure is, right? It's not often that you go undefeated, win a Class AA title, and have a coaching change.
But I think despite how weird that might have been for them, they've certainly adapted. Clearly, they're playing not much different than they did last year. Ricky Fuller certainly coached a really good team last year. But I think a lot of it's the girls coaching themselves.
Listen, you're exactly right? He is familiar with their style. He's familiar with the program. The girls are familiar with him. All that lends itself to a smooth transition, right? Which is why him being the next head coach of Norwalk High seemed like the logical choice. And I think he's going to do a great job at Norwalk. You can see he's a young kid, clearly into the game. He's got a bright future, Aiden.
3:34 to go, and Ludlowe hanging tough. They trail by 2. Couple of Falcons with fouls. Heron with multiple. She's got 3. The inbound to Hunt. Hunt guarded by Torello. Steps should have been called. They weren't. Murray. The air ball on the floater. Lemley keeps it in, but throws it right back to Murray, and that will be Ludlowe's 8th foul. It will be the first to warrant shots from Norwalk.
Yeah, tough play there. Good hustle by everyone. Sophie's falling out of bounds. You know, what can you do? She tried to make a play. Usually that lends to a cheap foul by one of your teammates.
The foul goes against the freshman, Caitlin Finnegan.
These foul shots are going to be so important in this game, Aiden.
Rattles out. Yeah, it is very important to hit those. So out of the 12 rostered varsity players, 6 of them have fouls. Interesting combination, but as you said, they're very deep, and 1 foul's not really much to be worried about.
Nope, not at all. 1 foul, 3 minutes left in the first half, 0 concern.
3:12 to play, and it's Norwalk by 2. Bochy spots up. Bochy ties the game for the first time since the first quarter. Kinsley absolutely excited on the sideline.
Absolutely, Aiden. You see Norwalk has been running the 2 girls up, trapping. That time, Ida flashes to the middle. It's wide open with those 2 girls running up and trapping.
Flip to the
Beautiful
corner
shot.
to 3. Anaja Morgan, we hadn't called her name in a while. Well, she makes sure we do there. 26-23, an opposite 3 ball, no. Buscher keeps it in, but it rolls out.
Good try.
It's good effort.
Yep.
And I think something we're seeing right now with the Falcons is an unbelievable, it's I'm trying to find the word to describe it, but it's grit. They don't wilt away like we saw last year. We saw a couple of games where they got down early, they didn't come back. The floater goes, it's 28-23.
Yeah, that's just a really tough shot that she just made. Nothing you can do. Listen, let them come up and trap. I like flashing a guard into that foul line area. They're more ready to shoot that little jumper.
Buscher trapped underneath. She lost the ball. That's a very uncharacteristic play. Here is Belinda Hunt. Rolls off the side iron. Blocked by Finnegan. There's the size they needed. There's the size they get. Buscher had a tough time on that last possession. Misses again as she was rejected by the rim. She gets a steal, but she's going to get a foul.
Yeah,
and
tough
make that
call there.
7 players with fouls now for the Falcons.
Tough call there. Beautiful pass up the court by Emma Juliet. Beautiful catch and gather. Just missed the shot. That's how the game goes.
A minute 59 to play, and Ludlow's into 9 fouls. So foul trouble for the team. Kinsley getting all the way up in Buscher's face right now, making sure she doesn't wilt away. Doesn't strike me as the kind of player that would, though.
Nope, 1-1, Aiden. Very important they box out here. Good rebound.
Pullman gets the rebound. And a whistle will give it back to Ludlowe.
Again, you see how far up Norwalk's pressing. This should play in Ludlow's hands. They can get a girl into the center there and have a wide open shot.
A minute 53. 6 fouls on Norwalk, 9 on Ludlowe. Torello too strong on the layup. A minute 48 to play.
Yep, good drive. Again, they're surprised. They're so open when they get through that lane. They just got to now finish at the rim, Aiden.
You talk about Norwalk not looking very nervous on the sidelines. Evan Kelly in a preseason interview saying their confidence levels are through the roof, and it doesn't look like that has changed at all this season.
I agree.
Even with the loss to Newtown, he said they walk around with this sort of swagger, knowing they've won a state championship. They've beaten the best of the best. Now they want to go do it again.
Yep. Listen, a team typically reflects their head coach. You see how calm he is over there, right? He definitely is not flustered.
Underneath. Could be a foul on Roman.
Yeah, a lot of calls going against Ludlowe right now. A lot of these 50-50 calls. Game has been very physical both ways.
It is on Madison Roman. So 45 with 2 fouls. First of the 1-and-1 switch. And suddenly what was a tie game a few minutes ago is now a 6-point lead for Norwalk.
Yep, little 6-0, 7-0 run. Got to answer right here.
30-23. Torello's 3 really helped him. Here's Bauman. Blocked down low, wanted a foul, not going to get it.
She got by her man, but good recovery.
Buscher will inbound from underneath the basket. Her pass to Roman. They may not have even touched her. Murray, good look, first look, Carson Langhorne. And Ludlowe is going to need a timeout, rightfully so. A 10-point lead for the Bears as we move toward the half.
Yeah, 10-0 run. Got to stop the momentum right here. Important they go into the half inside 10, Aiden.
A full timeout, all 60 seconds of it. Foul updates, we've got Buscher, Torello, Pullman, all with 1, Somers with 1, Finnegan with 1, Roman with 2, and Laura Heron, who I don't think we've seen since she got her 3rd foul, is in big foul trouble.
Right, no chance she comes back in with 3 fouls in the first half. But you see these turnovers that we're giving them deep in our own territory, it's just creating too many easy fast break opportunities for Norwalk. That time, cheap turnover. Jakara leads the breakdown. She's got girls on each side of her coming down the court. Easy bucket for Norwalk.
And you talk about Laura Heron, she could put up 10 points in this situation. She could have stopped that run, or this run, that Norwalk is making. So it's very important that she's got 3 fouls right now. Norwalk, I'm not going to say they wouldn't be winning this game with her in, but certainly wouldn't be 10 points, or 9.
Yeah, they must have called that last one a 2. So Norwalk's changing up their D. Very important that Ludlowe recognizes this, Aiden.
It was tough to see. We're in a very tough situation. Sarah Kinsley could walk in front of us at any moment. She's walking a little bit onto the court, but the referee's choosing to ignore. 1:11 to go, and the foul is going to go against Georgia Vluhos. Check that, it's on Jakara Murray. Thought he was signaling 12, he was signaling 21. All ones on the board. Torello gonna shoot. She's the only Falcon that's had any consistent scoring in this second quarter, and she hits the front end of a 1-and-1. So Ludlowe has given up 10 fouls, or conceded, but they've also got 7. So they're shooting 1-and-1s for the last minute of this half, and now we're down to 7. So this certainly is not over.
Yeah, that was an important kind of cheap bucket right there for Ludlowe. Foul way away from the basket by Norwalk gave Ludlowe 2 easy foul shots.
Underneath Mayhew and 1.
If you're gonna foul there, Aiden, you cannot let her get the shot up.
So Serenity Mayhew converts underneath the hoop. Caitlin Finnegan going to check in just a little bit. Mayhew's back to the line tonight.
How many fouls is that on Roman?
That'll be her 3rd.
3rd.
So now Roman and Heron both with 3. They'll likely both sit the rest of the half, the remaining minute. The 5 on the court as that rims out. It's Torello, Buescher, Finnegan, Paulman, and Lemling. Paulman could use a hot stroke. She doesn't get it. Murray inside, has to throw it away right into the hands of Buescher.
Yep, good defense there. That's how you hustle back.
The junior still lacking any consistent scoring herself. Was usually the backbone of that Ludlowe scoring afterwards. Inside Finnegan. Paulman had a look. Paulman underneath. Another cheap bucket, as you like to call it, fouled. A ways away from the basket, but she gets the shooting foul, so that'll be the 8th on
very
Norwalk.
good at drawing contact. You see how she kind of swooped underneath the defender's arms there to draw the foul. She's very crafty.
That's going to be the 2nd on Kirsten Langhorn. She committed back-to-back fouls there. 34-26. This game down to 8 points. Ludlowe trying to hang around, and so far they played really well against the defending state champs. Too strong from Paulman. And this is Murray. Langhorn. And they reset it. Screen into the corner for 3. Ooh, just missed. That would have been a killer 3 if Langhorn had gotten it. She's hit from there before, 1.1 to go on the clock. So Ludlowe's gonna get barely a shot, although they don't have the possession arrow. And a timeout with a 2nd to go.
Can't let anything into the middle here, Aiden. Gonna have to work hard.
That's gonna be a Norwalk ball off the jump ball. So as we approach the half, a good start for Fairfield, although not the best. Although it's right up there. They played really well.
They did, right? They let Norwalk get a late spurt in this first half that has pushed it out to this 8-point lead.
And of course, the early onslaught that we talked about, they were able to manage trailing jump by just 4 at the end of the first.
Absolutely. So if they can hold them here without a basket, this final second, going down 8
points is not a lot. Anything with single digits, I think that was kind of the goal. We didn't ask Sarah Kinsley about it, but it's kind of the goal in any game like this. Keep it single digits at half. See what you can do to begin the second half. Obviously, adjustments on both sides will be made for the buzzer beater. Well, they almost gave up that bucket, but they won't.
Seemed like a long second right there, Aiden.
The Bears were the Bears kind of half. They played really well and tried to blow them out early. They didn't. It was 4 at the quarter. Now it's 8 at the half. We'll take a short break, and we will return for some halftime thoughts as well as the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Fairfield Ludlowe basketball on the Falcons Sports Network. We'll return momentarily. Second half action here at Norwalk High School. We're back underway. And guess who's back? Laura Heron. 3 fouls in the first. A clean sheet to start the second. And the early rebound pulled by Jakara Murray. Eden Blank and Scott Torello, a brief halftime, and we are back. We're working with a new setup tonight. If you hear any audio problems, let us know, but kindly. Here's Torello trying to get her first bucket. It was in and out. One of the crazier shots we'll see today.
Yeah, it looked like a foul.
And on the other end, a nice easy hoop for Norwalk to begin the half.
Yeah, you know, they had a few good looks there to start the half. Would have been nice to get one of those early baskets.
It certainly would have. Still some chance, though. Early foul on Anasia Morgan. That is her second. Bochy with a nice crossover move. Spots up, can't get it.
Another good shot. Another one would be nice to get.
Yeah, a rough start for them. Here's Belinda Hunt. On Torello, gives it off before she was about to travel to Lamaya Ashley. And back up for Belinda. It is Hunt down low. In a 10-point game, they turn it over. Ludlowe moving from left to right. Now Norwalk moving from right to left. They switch at the half. Heron in a semi-full court press. And it works the first time.
Can't dribble through all those bodies, Aiden.
Beautiful fake out by Hunt, and underneath.
That's going to be 4 on Heron. Been a tough game for Laura. She's played approximately 3 minutes of this game. 4 fouls in 3 minutes. You could see how upset she is.
Yeah, certainly a weird little situation there.
And then a defensive breakdown, Aiden. Can't have that when you're down 10.
Yes, but in their defense, the defense has been better, much better than we saw last year.
True.
I think the glaring changes first. I think you need to say the glaring changes that they got a lot more depth.
They do, and they have a lot more athleticism too.
They have more depth. They have more size, and they have better defense. Underneath a foul on Jakara Murray. Julia Buscher said that was what she was trying to improve on most in the offseason, her defensive ability. She said, everybody has seen me shoot the threes, but now I want to get more steals. She was okay. She was okay defensively, about average, but she really wants that extra steal. She wants to come through on defense, and I think that sort of, she speaks for the entire team there. First shot well short. First plus 10 lead for Norwalk tonight. First double-digit lead for Norwalk tonight.
Yeah, it's been a shaky start to the half. The start to each half is so important, Aiden. You got to come out of the locker room ready to go to start both halves.
39-26. Torello in the backcourt. Screen on Hunt, blocked by Murray, the pass. And Murray goes to the hoop with a foul and one. Jakara Murray. Beautiful aerobic lay-in.
Yeah, she's quite an athlete.
And
beautiful finish.
You start to get closer now to what we saw last year where it was over by, 4 minutes into the third quarter as Buscher checks that.
Well, you see they're off to a 7-0 start to start the second half.
The difference this year is they could go on an easy run. We haven't seen it yet, but we know they could. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in just a little bit, opening night here on the Falcon Sports Network.
You see, Norwalk has changed their defensive pressure this half, and it's actually bothering Ludlowe right now. They're going to need to adjust to it.
Good analysis, Scott Torello. I made him blank. 42-26 after the made free throw.
Picking up full court man. We're not handling it well right now.
Here's Paulman, Buscher. If anybody can start shooting, it's her. Get hot at any moment. Trying to. Finally, she gets one to roll. That was a big problem in the first half. We talked about it. The score at the half was really not reflective because you're missing Heron, who could hit a couple of threes, and you're missing Buscher's three-point ability at least. Here's a three.
Those are the shots they want Norwalk taking. If that girl is outside shooting threes, Ludlowe has won the possession.
Paulman wins the loose ball. Block inside on Bochy. Here's Hunt. The steal from Langhorne. No, it's Potocny and a three. No, also, it rolls out. Stolen underneath. Langhorne to the hoop and the easy lane. 44-28. Here's Buscher. She wants to calm it down. Make a captain sort of play. It's Somers inside, no. Rebound to the Bears, and that's going to start being problematic when Ludlowe can't get offensive rebounds. They did in the first. Bucket does not count. It's going to be another Ludlowe foul.
Yeah, the game is slowly getting away from them, Aiden.
It's on Emma Torello. It will be her third, and that is big time. A big time no-no. 3 fouls for Torello, 3 fouls for Heron, and on the opposite end, 3 fouls for Madison Roman.
Giving up too many easy baskets right now, Aiden. This is trouble.
46-28. Buscher from top, sets it far side. Here's Lemley, the entry pass, missed everything. Here's Murray, the beautiful dish, and the finger roll from Hunt. And now Norwalk by 20. It was just 10 minutes ago.
12-2 run to start this period, and things are getting worse.
It's going out, it's going to Norwalk. Didn't seem like it should from our vantage point, but that's why the refs are there and we're here. Here's Belinda Hunt. She's going to bring it across center court. Thought about it. Into the corner and back up top. Hunt for Morgan. And it was Murray who almost lost it. Now for Potocny. And back out for Morgan. New faces for the Bears, younger faces. Coming in with 20 the lead in the second half. And this is Belinda Hunt. She can't get it. Lemley comes in trying to push it in transition. Lost the ball. And on the other end, it's Morgan. The bounce and the feed for Murray.
You see how Norwalk is finishing their transition points, and we're not.
Other end, they still can't get it to go. But an air ball, they luck out at least a little bit.
Yeah, this was as bad a start to the half as you could have asked for, Aiden.
Buscher trying to fix that for Somers near side. The feed in and the turn and a foul at least.
Yep, good move.
Caitlin Finnegan.
Going to her left and trying to finish. Again, it's early in the season, so you never quit, right? You got to keep working on things.
What intrigued me there was Anna Paulman coming over, the junior captain, kind of coaching Finnegan, telling her how to go after this. Anna, as we know, a master at magneting free throws, or fouls at least. Shot in to make it 29. So that's sort of what you're going to see now. You're going to see the juniors and the senior, Ida, come in and start to coach the freshmen and sophomores. And I think that's what's going to make this team a very tough team to beat come February. We're down to 20 again, so Ludlowe may be getting some momentum. Here's Paulman playing real good defense, almost swiped it away. This is Ashley. And back out for Martinez, a sophomore. She's going to be picked up by Lemley. Murray was picked up by Somers. It's batted down inside by the big Caitlin Finnegan. Other end. Here's Paulman for Lemley. Ooh, she couldn't get the three. You know she wanted it. It is out off Norwalk. So Ludlowe's starting to pick up the tempo and right at the perfect time with about 10:03 left in this game.
Yeah, still a lot of time, but every possession becomes critical when you're down 20. You got to make those open shots.
Here's Pullman. They got to get out of that corner. Not a lot of space. Here's Lemley for Buescher. Buescher on Martinez. Pullman, this possession getting bigger. Buescher for three, forced and no. Somers. Pullman for three. There you go. They needed a three, they got a three. It's down to 17.
One basket at a time, Aiden.
Remember, last year it was 58-35, not that much different than the score right now. There's a bomb three. Both teams with forced threes. Underneath, rejected by the rim. It will be Norwalk ball, 1:17 to go, but at least now you get time to set the defense.
Yeah, well, that was, every bounce needs to go your way when you're down this many. The girl threw up a terrible shot. It just went through our hands. But
there's
they get a
one
quick
bounce
turnover
that's going
back.
Ludlow's way. They're going to get the ball with 1:11 to play in the third. These quarters really speeding by.
Yeah.
Not a lot of fouling, at least in the first quarter, and a lot of threes. Not a lot of out-of-bounds plays, at least. Underneath, Somers, the dip. No, Finnegan thought she might have a rebound, but no. Here's Murray, the home run pass. Trying to get one more, it's intercepted. Here's Lemley on the other end. Buescher. And see, that's where she's struggled tonight. She's been ice cold. Those are usually shots she's gonna knock down. 35.
Yeah, it was a good shot, in and out.
35 to play, that is. Now down to 30, the screen. Lemley, far side. Buescher, back to Lemley. Inside pass for Finnegan, blocked at the rim by Hunt. Hunt has been the do-it-all for Norwalk today. Spotting up Martinez, can't get the roll either.
That's a great rebound right there, Aiden.
Somers trying to get him points with 8 to go. They want to get the momentum going to the fourth. Buescher for three. Needed it, too strong. And she has struggled, to say the least. So we go to the fourth, and it's not exactly what we would have expected. After it just an 8-point game at the end of 2, it's now a 17-point game at the end of 3.
Yeah, that quarter went as bad as it could have for Ludlowe. They had some early opportunities that they did not capitalize on.
But then I think it also ended as well as it could have.
Yeah, listen, they're only down 17. It's a lot against a team of this caliber. But you never quit, Aiden. Every possession matters. You got to play your hardest.
I want to know your thoughts on Juliette Buescher right now. She is just not hitting it. She seems like she's getting down on herself right now. How do you get out of that funk?
Yeah, but listen, the game of basketball, it's so mentally challenging, right? There's nothing like seeing that ball go through the basket to give you some confidence. Listen, a quick shot goes down this quarter, she'll be right back in the groove. You can never start doubting yourself.
Would be a big help if she could start hitting shots. We'll see if they can get Herring some more.
Yep.
She's got 3 fouls, but
4 fouls in
chance.
3 minutes of play, Aiden. She needs to stay on the court.
Ward beats McMahon 62-25. The Mustangs are 1-1, 1-0 in the FCAC. They'll play St. Joe's on Monday. Big game for them. A lot of games on Monday in the FCAC. Look in the far corner. Langhorne, no. Paulman the rebound.
That was a beautiful box out by Anna.
Here's Torello across the Bear logo. Somers, the inside pass. Finnegan blocked. Second straight time she's come down and gotten blocked underneath. The pass almost out of bounds. Morgan almost couldn't handle it.
Yeah, again,
Air ball.
Caitlin is getting the ball where she's used to getting the ball, down low, close to the basket. What she's not used to is the athleticism coming from behind.
You can't really get used to somebody like Jakara Murray.
That's true. But she's playing varsity now. She's going to have to get used to it.
Here's Heron. She needed to heat up. She does. 36 for the junior. (50-36). Open look under. Late foul called as Morgan went up.
Yeah, it looks like they've changed up their defense. Looks like they've gone to a 1-3-1. But I don't sense everyone's organized out there, Aiden. If you're changing up your D and going to a 1-3-1, everyone's got to be in their spots.
Shot on the way, misses. 50-36 on opening night. Not the way the Falcons would have planned it. Again, they will have Greenwich on the road Monday, followed by Staples at home in the opening round of the Todd Berger tournament Thursday with another game in the Todd Berger tournament. Beg your pardon, that was Friday the opener. Saturday would be either a championship or a consolation. Paulman the runner, good. So Ludlow starting to come back. It's now down to 12.
Yeah, a little momentum here.
6.5 to go. Jump ball. And Bochy's going to check in to give Paulman, no, to give Somers.
Finnegan a
No,
break.
it's Finnegan.
Yep.
Thought it was Paulman, then it was Somers, but it ends up being Finnegan who needs the break.
Yep.
6:26 to go, and rightfully so, I mean.
Again, which is nice.
He's
You
really
put another
struggling.
shooter in the game.
She's
And
gonna
just like
shoot.
that,
It's down
she
to
scores.
10. And this game is
That was a
starting to
beautiful
get
move,
more
Aiden.
reachable.
A beautiful pump fake,
6:13 to
couple
go.
dribbles. Nice steal by Laura.
Here's Heron. Lost it. Hunt. The do-it-all guard. Mayhew and one.
That was a big turn of events right there. They get the turnover. Hey, listen, Norwalk, they never quit. Kept fighting, ends up turning the game around on a nice steal in transition. They go back the other way.
Just as soon as this game gets back to 10, it becomes 12. And if Mayhew's got anything to say about it, 13.
That was big. It was pouring that Norwalk kind of stemmed the tide there. It's always a game of momentum, Aiden.
The 5 on the floor right now is Buscher, Paulman, Bochy, Torello, and Heron. All upperclassmen. You get the sense that that's how it will go in big games this season. You're going to put those 5 on the floor, the 5 that started the game. Here's Heron. Beg your pardon, that was Bochy. Underneath. Have to get it across half court. They do. Murray to Morgan.
That's going to be 5 on Laura.
And Laura Heron is going to foul out.
She played a great game.
No, sorry, that's 4. And now Finnegan is going to come in for Heron. It's been a rough night for Laura Heron. It's been a tough night. She's come in, she's done her job, she's scored, but she's also got 4 fouls. You have to work on that. There's no way around it.
Yeah, listen, she's an aggressive player. She's a great athlete. You're going to get that from Laura. But she'll learn when to pick her spots, which will be important.
They get a good luck bounce, but a steal from Belinda. Right to the rack.
Can't throw weak passes against this team.
Busher timeout. All right. Well, they made it 10. Now it's 15. 5:19 to play. Some time, but not a lot of it.
Right. You know, when you're down this many, you can't afford a 5-0 run, right? It's just too difficult to come back from those little spurts, especially when you're down this big.
It's important to see they're still staying positive. You can see right now there's a lot of smiles in that huddle. They're staying positive. They understand it's only the first game, very much like it was last year when they didn't do so well against Norwalk. They understood it's the first game, not the end of the world. We played as well as we could have.
You're exactly right. Win or lose, there's no.
You keep Heron out of foul trouble, you get Busher working, suddenly it's 55-40 Ludlowe. So this game could have gone either way. And I think if it's shown us anything, it's that Ludlowe is certainly not as low as they were expected to play. Or, sorry, as low as they were going to finish as low as they were expected to.
Hey, listen, anywhere top 8 in this league is going to be a great season. So, long season, a lot of games to be played. Certainly this game should not define them.
To Torello for 3, no. You gotta think the shooting's gonna be a big thing to work on in practice leading up to Monday, especially since you're gonna wanna run Greenwich out of the building in the very first few minutes.
Yeah, Greenwich is much improved this year, so that's not gonna be an easy win. Plus, it's a weird time of day, a noon game all the way down in Greenwich, 2 days before Christmas. You cannot just show up thinking that game's a shoo-in.
We will not be there, but we will be there for both games of the Todd Berger tournament, as well as their game against Trumbull, first game out of break. Bochy, no foul. Was there a foul?
Yeah, block.
It was. She doesn't get the bucket, unfortunately, but she's going to get a chance to go shoot 2.
Yep,
no, they'll inbound. It was not a shooting foul. Underneath the hoop. Here's Paulman, spots up, a little off the mark.
You see the number of block shots Norwalk has tonight. You're just not used to seeing that in girls basketball. It's a testament to their athleticism, Aiden.
It's Torello on Hunt. Underneath, and that may just do it. Norwalk now by 17.
Yeah, that hurts.
Buscher's double team barely stayed in the front court. Front court right into the corner. And now back around. Here's Paulman in a double team. Norwalk's done a lot of that tonight. She will be fouled. Heron and Somers both going to check in momentarily. They'll get some good quality minutes. And for Laura, now a chance to play freer because in the end it won't really matter if she fouls out or not.
That's exactly right. Let her keep playing hard. Let her give everything she's got.
They will go in for Buscher and Bochy, both of whom start the season with less than ideal games. Bochy could shoot pretty well. Buscher obviously just couldn't find the stroke. We'll see if they get back in for the end of this game. Mayhew is stuck. Feeds for Hunt down the lane. Down the baseline, 4:02 to play. Foul, we'll see who it's against. Emma Torello's now got 4, so she'll likely check out momentarily. And you'll start to see some more Falcons coming off the bench. That one's gonna fall. 58-40 here in the fourth quarter. Ludlowe down, beg your pardon, 58-41. I missed a point. Norwalk has not shot very well from the charity stripe. I'm just starting to notice that. They had 60. They have not shot terribly well from the free throw line.
That's about the only thing they haven't done well today.
Yeah. Generally, they're not making 2 of 2 at least. Here's Finnegan for her first varsity points.
She kept the ball high that time, Aiden, allowed her to finish. She's been getting her shot blocks. Good adjustment by her. Again, these are all learning moments.
This could be the most valuable time of the game for them, now getting to play freer. Really challenge Norwalk as Heron goes down. Could be a foul coming. There is.
Yep.
It's called on Anijah Morgan. That's going to be her third. And a tough way to end it here in Norwalk with 3:18 to go, but a chance to at least salvage some of this here at the end. Here's Torello. Was double teamed momentarily, but gets out of it. Now she's trapped and feeds for Heron, who lunges into a 3. And that goes out offside iron. But there's the scrappy Anna Pullman, a junior captain, who's going to get fouled and go to the line.
Yeah, you know, they're not going to stop playing, Aiden. They're going to keep playing hard.
Oh,
listen, that was a great aggressive move right there. A move you love seeing Anna make.
2:58 to play, and that's a captain kind of thing. They're not stopping just because it's 60-43.
No, I mean, if anything we know from Coach, she gives everything she's got, and she expects the same out of her teammates, and they typically give her that. We saw it all last year.
Right,
this team is going to scrap.
And if you remember, that's a Ludlowe team that just kept fighting. They ran into a really good Stanford team in the playoffs. A Stanford team that rampaged all the way through to the quarterfinals. I'm not sure there was much they could have done in that state playoff game to win, or not much more at least. I know Bridget Paulman, who's sitting in the stands right now, would probably agree. They played their best game. Stanford just played a lot better.
Yeah, they're going to miss Bridget. She had a great season last year. A lot of clutch baskets.
The shot X's a pass, and Mayhew lays it in.
Yeah, she's just so big and strong. Yeah. She's very tough to deal with.
Well, Heron responds with a 2 of her own. Kinsley kind of on the sideline, doesn't know what to do.
Well, listen, you know, you have a game plan, but then it all goes out the window once you get those early fouls, Aiden. You know, that's what's great about sports. You can plan. You could come in with a substitution plan, but everything goes out the window as soon as Laura gets those quick early fouls.
It's been an interesting night, a very much learning night. We knew this was not going to be an easy win. We were fairly certain it wasn't really going to be a win. Norwalk coming in, especially off that first season loss, going to get their first win momentarily here.
Yeah, like I said, you know, they were down a few girls that first game. That's
clearly
not
that
the
was
Norwalk
not them.
Team. Right.
Yeah. The rebound for Heron. Her pass intercepted. That's something they really should work on. Finnegan, not much of a prayer to beat Mayhew on the basket. Murray, twice up and twice not fouled. Mayhew on Finnegan, who's done a real good job on the boards tonight. Here's Paulman. Down low, Somers. Beautiful drive, beautiful drop. She's a freshman. They've got her for 4 years.
Yeah, and she has made some great drives tonight, Aiden. That's the first one she's finished. She's going to get better and better.
Torello got a hand on it, so it's going to be Norwalk basketball? No,
they're giving
it's
it
going
to
to be
Ludlowe.
Ludlowe basketball. Two minutes remain in this one. We appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us here on the Falcons Sports Network. Norwalk, a pretty easy second half for them. Whatever they changed, they certainly have played very well. Good interception from Somers. She's playing her heart out.
Oh, yeah. Terrific athlete, plays hard.
Torello is hit hard in the mouth. And she will go to the line to shoot.
You know, it's really a shame the way that third period started, Aiden. This game could have had a much different look and feel to it. They got off to a better start to start this game.
Rolls around and rolls in. It's still only a 13-point game. They could make it a lot closer than it is right now.
This is respectable, but Ludlowe's no longer looking for those, what you call, those soft, or emotional wins, right? They're looking for real wins. This team was 5th in the conference last year, had a great season. Talented junior class back with a real talented freshman class. I mean, they got a lot going on.
Inside a minute to play, and Norwalk content to just pass it. Good drive. Can't get it with a hand for Carson Langhorn. She'll be here for a while. She's a senior. So she actually won't be here for a while. Somers fouls underneath. Norwalk committing a lot of fouls late.
You're right.
Something Ludlowe kind of trying to figure out how that works.
You know, it's subtle, Aiden. You see that little move Callie just made right there to avoid the defender. You just can't teach that. She has incredible athleticism. Very coordinated for someone her size and her age.
I'll tell you, if they can keep playing fast-paced in that first quarter, they're going to give us a very, very interesting call. We're going to have to kind of pick up our tempo.
I'll welcome it.
We welcome the challenge. We'll see how fast they can go. You don't want to go too fast, though, because then it becomes just sprinting and sloppiness.
Yep. You want to play fast, but under control. It's a fine line.
39.4 to go. Timeout. Likely the final one of this game. 39.4 to play. It is Fairfield Ludlowe trailing 63-51.
It's the hardest spot on the court to inbound the ball from deep in the corner. It's also, even though they're up 12, right? It's also a good teaching moment for Coach Kelly. They're going to be in one of these situations late in a game, in a tight game, right? This is where you set something up.
It happened twice last year in their state playoff game here against Trumbull and in their state championship game against New London.
Exactly. So you're not just coaching for this game.
You can't script a play for that situation.
You can't, but you have to have a philosophy, something in mind that you want to try to execute deep in that corner. This is a great time to try it.
39.4 to play, and it is a 12-point game. Again, we'll talk for a little bit afterwards. We'll get your keys to coming into play on Monday. And eventually, the Todd Berger tournament, that game against Staples getting a whole lot more interesting because now we know they can really play.
Sure.
And they will really play.
Listen, that Berger tournament, Staples, St. Paul's, Ward, I mean,
yes, St. Paul can be
teams.
dangerous. You end up in a consolation game. You could have two teams in a consolation game that end up making huge runs in the state tournament.
No doubt. Listen, the FCAC is 10 teams deep. It's going to be brutal.
And, of course, the defending champions here, Fairfield Ludlowe. The long ball, Martinez. It'd be interesting to see if she gets more touches in their coming games. She's a smaller point guard. But don't underestimate her. She played really well. Murray for Hunt. That dynamic duo just can't be beat. Anna Paulman can't be beat. And Laura Heron. No, it's Kaylee Somers who lays it in.
They do look alike.
Hey, they make it a 10-point game. And unfortunately, they can't get it to single digits, but a very well-played game tonight for Fairfield Ludlowe. A tough start to the half, the second half. And in the end, it's 63-53, a 10-point loss on the opening night of the regular season.
Listen, they never quit, Aiden. You see how excited they are right now? They know this is just the start of the journey.
It most certainly is. They are up next. Again, Greenwich on Monday for Norwalk. They are at West Hill. Versus West Hill. They'll play here on Monday afternoon. For Norwalk, they are now 1-1, 1-0 in the FCAC. For Ludlowe, they're 0-1, 0-1 in the FCAC. Not much to say other than that. Let's get your quick keys to their improvement for the next game, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, well, listen, Aiden, I'll tell you this. Just based on this one game, they lost 2 critical seniors last year, but they are much more athletic this year. That's going to allow them to do a lot of different things on defense. You saw them mix in this 1-3-1 trap late in the game. They could start using that earlier in the game. That is something they can go to. This team is going to be reckoned with as the season goes on.
What are your 3 big keys that they need to improve on?
Yeah, well, number one, Laura has to stay out of foul trouble. You saw the difference she made when she was in the game. Her athleticism, her strength, her speed, you just cannot make that up, right? So she has to stay out of foul trouble. Secondly, they can't start each half in such a slow motion, kind of a slump. They started the first period down 10-2 quickly. They started the third period, another quick run by Norwalk. You cannot start each half with that slow of a start, putting yourself in the hole. And then lastly, these freshmen, as they keep adjusting, Aiden, as the big girls start to finish underneath the basket, that's going to be huge for them.
You gotta get Kaylee Somers and Finnegan averaging double digits. You just have to. And Finnegan, I tell you what, I think the biggest change from this year, from last year to this year, is the defense.
Definitely.
The defense tonight was fantastic in the first half. They slipped up a little bit in the beginning of the second half, but they got their act together at the end. Their defense is fantastic. I would put them defensively up against just about anybody in the state.
They have excellent
So they
athletes.
need to allow the defense to get into their offense.
Yep, you're exactly
and we'll
right.
See,
they have excellent
obviously,
athletes.
Juliette Buescher, a huge miss tonight.
Hey, it's
She's
only
got to
one
start.
game,
She will hit more shots.
Remember, when
It'll
that ball
happen.
starts going in, you feel confident. So when that first one goes in, she's going to feel confident. She'll get it back. She's too good of a shooter. It's only one
Exactly.
game.
All right, well, we are going to say so long from Norwalk High School. A fantastic night of basketball. We are up next with Ludlowe in the Todd Berger tournament on Friday, and we will see you then. So for Scott Torello and our entire FSN crew, I'm Aiden Blank saying good night from Norwalk. Your final score, the Bears 63 and Fairfield Ludlowe 53. We will see you after the holiday break, so have a Merry Christmas, very happy holidays, and we will check you